Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you how I created this holiday dress. As you can see, the material I'm going to be using is very stretchy, very stretchy. I'm going to be using 1 yard of my fabric. I'm going to show you how to create your pattern. This is your pattern paper. I'm going to go ahead and fold it. Mark at least 1 to 2 inches down from the top of your pattern paper. So this will be your shoulder line. From your shoulder, you're going to go ahead and mark the length of your dress. You mark the end of our dress. So from here, you're going to go ahead and mark from your shoulder to your bust, shoulder to your waist, from your waist to your hips. Go ahead and draw a straight line over these points that we have marked. So we shall put B for bust. We're going to put W for our waist, H for our hips, and this is our length. This is our full length of our dress. On our shoulder line, S for shoulder. On our shoulder line, we're going to go ahead and mark half of our shoulders. Then on our bust line, we are going to mark quarter of our bust minus 1 inch. We're going to do the same to the waist, quarter of our waist minus 1 inch. Same to our hips, quarter of our hips minus 1 inch. So we're going to go ahead and put our hips measurements over here as well. Then we're going to go ahead and connect your hips measurement. You can decide to go in with 1 inch or just leave it like that, or if you want it to be tight at the bottom, you can go ahead and take in a little bit, like 1 inch, half an inch, something like that. So you're going to connect with a ruler, and then you're going to get your hip ruler and connect your waist to your hip. Then you're going to connect to your bust. The reason we took off inches is because this is stretch material, and if exact measurements, your dress is kind of going to be a little bit big on you. We're going to go up by 1 inch, come down by 1 inch as well. We're going to go ahead and mark our side shoulder measurements from this point to the shoulder line. Then we're going to draw a straight line on this. We're going to go ahead and draw a straight line from this one point to this. From our shoulder line, we are going to come down by 5 inches. Mark 5 inches down, and you can draw a line, or you can just leave it like that. Then on that line that we drew, we shall come in by 3/4 for the front, and then we shall go ahead and connect it to there. You connect it here with the straight ruler, and then get your curve ruler and connect it. So for the back, you will come in by just 1/4 inch, and then we shall do the same thing and connect. So one is for the front and one for the back. So then we shall go here on the neckline. For the neckline depth, we shall measure from center waist to neck. So from my waist to my neckline, and I will go ahead and connect it to my shoulder. Then I'll do the same thing to the back and connect it. So you can add seam allowance, or you can leave it as is. Cut out the back first. So we go ahead and split here on the side. So this will be for the back. After cutting off the back, we'll go ahead and cut the one for the front. Nothing so different between the back and the front. The only difference is the depth of the neckline and around the sleeve. So you go ahead and cut this on your fabric. This should be cut on fold. This should be placed on the folded part. This is our fabric. You fold it like this and cut it out. After cutting it out, this is the front. And we cut the back as well. So we're going to go ahead and lay the good sides together. We're going to sew the shoulders. I finished putting the shoulders together. I'm going to go ahead and put together the sides. Don't forget to pin down your fabric. Don't copy me. I'm not pinning down, but you should pin down. I put my notches that they meet up. On the sides. You can as well put it on and see how it fits. So mine fits very perfect. For our sleeves, for this remaining piece, this is where what style I want for my sleeve. I think I'm going to do short sleeve because I don't have that much fabric. You're going to cut out your sleeve depending on which length you want or the style you want. Okay, so after putting everything together, we're going to go ahead and put our neckline. So you go ahead and measure around your neckline all around. Whatever you get, you at least take off at least 1 inch. 1 inch, between 1.5 inch or 2 inches, and make sure the stretching goes to this direction. I want it to be 1 inch on the width, so this is 3 inches because we shall be folding it this way, and we shall use 1/2 inch for seam allowance and the rest will stay. So we're going to go ahead and sew it together. After sewing that, you're going to go ahead and fold it this way, and we're going to find the center on here. We already know for this side, the sewn side. So you want to find the center for this other side, which is here. Go ahead and cut it a little bit. So we're going to find the center of the front and the center of the back. So what I do, I just flip it this one. After finding the center, you clip that. Then we find for the back as well. Clip that. Now with your pins, you're going to go ahead and pin up this. The sewn side, you're going to pin it up in the back. And then you pin this up on here. My fabric is very slippery, very stretchy. So trying to get the center. Okay, so we're going to get the center front, pin that as well. You can go ahead and find the this middle part for here as well on the sides. And go ahead and pin that on the center seam. Do the same to the other side. Make sure you stretch your neckband. Pin that around the shoulder seam. I finished sewing my dress. Since we cut our neckband a few inches smaller than the actual neckline, we shall stretch it as we sew. The bottom as well. If you have a serger, you can just serge around and then fold. Or if you don't have no serger, you can just fold and sew with a zigzag stitch. This is how my dress turned out. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe.